Hey there viewers, it's Charlie. I'm back again with another Transformers review, and today's review is going to be on Legacy Evolution Detritus. Detritus? I'll go with Detritus. But anyway, this figure is meant to be a recolor of that Studio Series Hound figure that was leaked a few months ago, but hilariously, this figure is now available at retail, and that Hound figure still not being acknowledged by Hasbro. If anything, I think all they said is, yeah, it's we'll show it soon, or something like that. I can't remember. But, yeah. So, Detritus here is a heavy retool of Siege Hound to give it an Earth mode, and honestly, I think this is way overdue because the others were getting Earth modes way back in Earthrise. So yeah, I think Hound getting an Earth mode is way overdue. Technically still overdue because Hound's not being officially shown yet because, well, you know, he was just leaked and that's it. But anyway, enough rambling. Let's look at the box for this guy. Well, we've got the standard Legacy Evolution style of packaging. Got the Detritus here in his Jeep mode. Got his name. Got both an Autobot and a Decepticon insignia, because from what I can tell, he just works for whatever side he wants to at the moment. This side, we've got his robot mode. And you can actually see he's got a Decepticon insignia in vehicle mode, and in robot mode, he's got an Autobot insignia. So, yeah, there's that. Side, we've got half of the mural. The back got him in both modes. The EVA Fusion, which is just combining those two guns. And the top, we've got the QR code if you want to scan that. And that's pretty much it for the box. I hit the camera. Below. Looking at the Detritus. Well, it's a Hound in desert camo. And well, this guy's story is, he was originally an e-hobby figure, and he's meant to be a Junkion. I mean, of course he doesn't come apart like the other Junkions in Legacy, but yeah, this guy is meant to be a Junkion. So, if you're gonna put him with Scrap Hook and Crash Bar and the rest, then, well, go ahead. But looking at the details here, of course, you can pretty much see that this is just Hound in a different deco. We've got the front here with the exposed engine. Right here, got the headlights. Got the windshield. The side, we've got some detailing here. Got the back here, got this bit that you can see through if you want. Got some seats here, although that might not be that comfortable to place your feet on. Don't think there's any steering wheel detail, but I'm not really expecting there to be any. Remnants of the Siege Hound. Well, of course, the skeleton of the figure, so it still transforms the same, but remnants. Not that I can see. Maybe the arms, maybe. But I think that's about it. Of course, I never got Siege Hound, but if I was to compare this with that figure, they would look quite different. Now, of course, right on the hood here, you can see a Decepticon insignia. But that doesn't automatically make this guy a full-on Decepticon, because if you remember the box, that had both a Decepticon and an Autobot insignia. And if you remember how the robot mode looked, well, yeah, you'll see that later on. Now, for this guy's accessories, well, he comes with two. First of all, this gun, which the G2 orange and red Jazz also came with. Although I think this is meant to be the actual figure that this gun's meant to come with. Jazz just borrowed it. And this rocket launcher. And this does actually come off. And without the actual gun, it just looks like some sort of bullet. And you can actually attach these to the vehicle. You can just plug these on there, like so. So you got these going on. So, yeah. And overall, that's pretty much all I have to say about the vehicle mode. I quite like it. Although, yeah, I definitely really want to see this as Hound. Like, I just wanted them to announce Hound already. Because, yeah, Detritus is cool, but I just really want a Hound already. But, yeah. They'll probably, like, release Hound, like, next year or something. At least we got a version of this mold, because I was fearing that this mold was cancelled or something, but eh. But well, that's pretty much all I have to say about the vehicle modes. Don't really have that many complaints with it. I mean, sure, the arms are visible, but I'm pretty sure it was like that on the Siege version as well. Head's visible, but yeah, you're not gonna display a vehicle on its side, are ya? So, overall, I really like this vehicle mode. Yeah, I do want to see this as Hound, but as the Detritus, I really like this. So, yeah. So, moving on to the transformation. Well, to start off, well, if I can actually tilt my camera up over my Lego stand breaking. There we go. So, this does pretty much transform almost exactly like the Siege version. Of course, it doesn't have the roll bar like the Siege version has. It just has the windshield, but it still transforms like the Siege version. So, just going to take these bits, move them up. These are going to be his feet. Untap the front wheels. And then take this entire section. Every time I try to do this, both legs and tab, but take these sections and then just flip them around. Try not to untap the legs when you do this, but yeah. So flip this entire section around, so you're just left with this, and then split the legs. You could then close up the wheels, like so, so you're left with a full-on leg. Like so. Take the arms, move the forearms up, move the shoulders out, and you can see an Autobot signature here. So, in vehicle mode, he's a Decepticon, but in robot mode, he's an Autobot. Yeah, just rotate the forearms around. Just get these out the way so we can try and move this down. If I can. There we go. Then we can tab the arms in. Take the windshield, flip that to the back, and then just move this flap back slightly so the head's got some leverage to move. And here we have Detritus in robot mode. And I quite like that transformation. Sure, it's just the Siege version, but, well, for one, I never had the Siege version to begin with, but two, I just think it's kind of fun. I especially like how all the legs, well, all the wheels, I mean, end up on his legs. I just think that's kind of unique. Sure, Brawl also does this, which I've recently reviewed, but still, I just think it's rather unique looking. And well, looking at the robot mode, of course, having a quick 360. Unfortunately, I don't see a port in the back if you want to plug in. Well, I don't see a port on the back if you want to plug in a weaponizer or a fossilizer or a Junkion, if you want to combine Junkions, you know. So that's rather unfortunate, but there are still ports on him. So if you want to do that. And of course, we've got his weapons. So you can just give him a gun. Of course, you can just plop this on the shoulder if you want to. Although I'm not going to use this for Hound, because Hound always did have that. You know, it's the hologram Mika. But for Detritus, I'm more just going to have this as a handheld weapon, just to separate him from a Hound. So you can do that. And of course, I did forget to show this in the vehicle mode, but blast effect compatibility for the gun. Of course, you can just plug this in here so he can shoot at you. And well, that's actually a 5mm port, so that's not blast effect compatible, unfortunately, but well, that does play into something else, which we'll do very soon. But of course, we've got some ports here on the feet. So if you want to plug in some weaponizers or whatever you've got. Of course, for me, I've got some blast effects here. So if you want to plug that in, then go ahead. Or if you don't, when I'm holding this or this, you can actually do the Evo fusion gimmick. So we just remove this, plug this into here, and this forms a bigger gun. So that's the Evo fusion gimmick for this guy. And then you can just store this on one of these ports here. And I quite like how that looks. And you can just plug in a blast effect into here. So, yeah. And of course, you can just plug this onto here. And in fact, you can also just plug whatever onto here if you want. Like, this is a 5mm port, so if you want to plug in some other weapons if you want. I don't know, plug in another figure. Really, the choice is yours. So we can still do, like, shoulder weapons, because, yeah, he's got a port here and a post here, so. And with the head sculpt, well, I mean, that's just Hound's head, but yeah, I quite like how that looks. And well, for this guy's articulation, we'll just take the gun out of his hand for this. Well, the head can move side to side if you have this out the way. So I can move side to side. The arms can move. You can T-pose. He's got elbows. It's got a rotation there, a bicep. So I've got a backwards butterfly joint there, if you count that. It's got a wrist rotation, waist rotation. You can kick forward, you can kick back. It's got knees. You can do the splits, plus with really good ankle pivots, so you can do this. It's got a swivel there, and you can sort of move his toes up. Plus, with this being a retool of the Siege Hound mold, he actually still has some of the blast ports that they phased out later on, like on the shoulders here. So you can just plug in a blast effect here. I can actually do that. So he's getting shot at. I actually don't know why they phased these out, because I actually thought that these were cool. But yeah, they sort of phased these out during, like, what, Kingdom, Legacy. But well, that's pretty much all I have to say about this guy. So my complaints. Well, honestly, I can't really think of that many, because I actually quite like this guy. Kind of wish that he had a port in the back, but due to the retooling, I can sort of see why there's not one there. I also find that when trying to get him transformed, the legs untab really, really easily. And that is really annoying. Like, you're just trying to move the legs to transform in turbo mode, and suddenly, bam, they just untab themselves, which, one, it jump scares me, and two, I'm just worried in case it, like, breaks the tabs or something. But, I don't know if that was an issue on the Siege version or what, but, and this one's just a nitpick with me. Why did they release Detritus first? I know that the Hound was just a leak, so this was probably always their intention, and the Hound was not intended to be seen, but hey, they have been doing the recolor first, and then the actual character. So well, like, they have been doing the recolor first, and then the original deco more recently. So, like, for example, with Airfryers, they did Hoist first and then Trailbreaker, or Cliff Jumper first and then Bumblebee. So, I guess that's what they're doing now. The recolor first and then the original deco. So, maybe that's why they did the Detritus first. I don't know, but still, do I recommend this deco? I'm saying deco because, well, I definitely recommend the mold. So, this deco specifically, well, if you're a fan of Junkyards, then sure. But yeah, it's just a beige colored Hound. I mean, sure if you want him, but now, do I recommend the mold? Absolutely. This is a really fun figure. And when this comes out as Hound, like, no competition, I'm going to recommend that in a heartbeat. But as Detritus, I mean, definitely a pretty niche character, but hey, that's what they're going with a Legacy. And Well, I actually quite like how they're going with niche characters in Legacy. It's just, I'm not sure if you're going to want a beige Hound in your collection, especially with, well, they haven't acknowledged the actual version that's meant to be a Hound. Yeah, as of the time of recording. But hey, if you definitely do want this version, then sure, go ahead. But for the mold, absolutely. So if you're watching this in the future, when Hound is being like acknowledged or released, then yeah, I definitely get Hound. But for this guy, well, if you want this guy, then sure. But as Hound, absolutely. So yeah. So this is be my review on Legacy Evolution Detritus, and this is Charlie Young signing off.